All right, an update now in what we've learned and what you can expect in our coverage of the two Somali sisters that were hacked to death in Ottawa, as their brother is currently behind bars and faces charges of first and second degree murder. Now, the difference in charges was essentially a footnote in the mainstream media's coverage, but I want to draw your attention to it. So the brother in this case faces two different charges, one of first degree for one sister and second degree of the other sister. Now, what's typical in honor killings in Canada is just a charge of first degree murder. So then the question remains, why second degree in the other case? Did someone say get involved, and was her death, her murder, not premeditated or planned? Well, we reached out to Ottawa police. We sent them an email and asked for an explanation, and we got this note in response saying that the trial, the case, is still ongoing, and so they couldn't comment any further. We've also reached out to the Jami Omar Mosque. That's where the funeral for these two girls was held. We are told that they were very involved in this mosque, and the family is as well, and we have yet to hear back from the imam that's in charge there. We also went to the learning school. It's an Islamic private school where one of the sisters taught. A woman who said that she was a principal there told us to essentially get off the property, and we're told that today she will indeed meet with us. Now, I'll be honest with you folks, I've received a lot of flack online, people saying, how dare you jump to conclusions and say that this is, in fact, an honor killing. The people who are not giving us any sort of criticism are actually the people that we've met on the ground here. Several of cab drivers, oddly enough, that's where a lot of our interactions have happened. People who are Muslim, people from Iran, from Lebanon, from all over the Middle East, have told us that this is not usual Somali gang violence. Say, as far as they're concerned, this is done within the family. And it was them who told us that they are under the belief that this is, in fact, an honor killing. Now, to be sure, an honor killing is the homicide of a family member by a relative or social group following the belief that the victim has brought dishonor upon the family in some way, most commonly by deed or dress, and the death of the victim is viewed as a way to restore reputation and honor to the family. In some cultures, especially in the Middle East and Asia, honor killings are considered less serious than murders simply because they arise from long-standing cultural traditions and are thus deemed appropriate or justifiable. Additionally, according to one poll done by the BBC's Asia Network, 1 in 10 of those surveyed said that they would condone any murder of someone who threatened their family's honor. Now, one look at Canada's recent history as it pertains to so-called honor killings, well, it should come as no surprise. Honor killings are on the rise in this country. Young girls, some as young as 16, strangled to death by family members for failure to wear the Muslim headscarf. Another, a wife, stabbed 23 times in the neck and once in the heart by her husband. And university studies, well, they indicate the same trend, that honor killings are on an upward trajectory in this country. One study conducted by the University of Sherbrooke also reveals the hallmarks of a typical honor killing in Canada. All of the Canadian cases involved at least one female victim, and all of the killers were immigrants. Most of the perpetrators were men, usually Sikh or Muslim, while the victims were usually in their 20s. As for Ottawa's Somali sisters, Nasiba and Asma, well, they fit that exact description. Above and beyond the chilling possibility of a double honor killing in the nation's capital, we know one thing's for certain. Somali newcomers have a history of difficulty assimilating in Canada. Ottawa is home to tens of thousands of Somalis who commit a disproportionate amount of crime considering their percentage of the population, while Somali shootings have been an ongoing problem in Ottawa. But most of those crimes committed within the Somali community related to guns and gangs, which doesn't account for why a Muslim man is now charged for killing his own two sisters. For TheRebel.media, I'm Faith Goldy. If you want to support our investigation here on the ground in Ottawa, I'd encourage you to get involved at ottawamurders.ca.